What's up, everybody? This is good old JM, Jeff Meacham, here with a special bonus piece of footage here on the Jeff Meacham Network. And joining me, yes, to my left, is the one and only in Patriots gear, because I can't help everything in life. D-Man, are you ready for this, brother? Yeah? For those of you unaware of the significance of what we're about to watch here, Dylan and I, this is the very first piece of televised wrestling I ever saw as a 7-year-old boy living about 10 minutes east of where we are now. 10 minutes east of where we are now, in a little mobile home park in Canyon Country, California. The day after my official introduction, if you will, into the business with a Lex Luger action figure. But it wasn't WCW I discovered. It was the World Wrestling Federation. It was WWF Superstars of Wrestling in syndication, no less, on October 6th, 1990. It's on YouTube. The link is in the description. But I'm going to try my best to have this video superimposed onto the image of the video. That we don't have to go looking over Health Creation for it. But if I can't, the link's in the bottom anyway. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Crazy freeze frame of him.
Right, yeah. Ain't hardly freeze frame there. The Superfly snuck it on YouTube.
I don't hear anything.
I know. Hang on. Vince McMahon and Roddy Piper starting the show. And this is when Roddy was really doing commentary with Vince full time, and Vince looked like a 80s game show host, because he kind of was. Let's be honest with you. Look at that powder blue suit on McMahon, huh, Dylan?
Oh my god! It literally looks like the guy, the host of, what was the one where you had to put the answer down and
Match Game.
Yeah, Match Game. Looks like the host.
Gene Rayburn. Yeah, there's the Hulkster. There he is, brother. Oh, honky tonky the opening still. Look at that. That's all this is. That's crazy. Too funny.
Wow, that's so like old. You know, it's old school when the DDT was used as a finishing move.
That's it. This week on the Superstars, the Macho King, Randy Savage. Along with the Big Boss Man, wearing a baseball cap for the first time in his life. The Tag Team Champions, the Hart Foundation. The $1 Million. Oh, and Sweet Sapphire. Sweet Sapphire with the $1 Million Man. Oh, Dino Bravo. He got killed badly.
Wait, what?
Brother Love with Jake. This might be this might be the episode of Brother Love where Jake gets blinded by the model. Ooh, I didn't remember that. That's awesome.
Blinded by the model.
Because Rick Martel joined the show and blinded Jake, and that led to the storyline of that blindfold match I showed you from WrestleMania 7. That's where the Macho King in all his splendor. And there's Scary Sherry. Good grief. So the reason I wanted Dylan in on this, for you guys who aren't aware of why I'm doing this, I wanted Dylan to see my first thing I saw in wrestling and whether it holds up 30 years later. Just okay, who's the jobber? Who we got here?
So he's not losing.
No. No, back in this time, Dylan, the Superstars would come out for a match on TV, and they'd face jobbers almost every week. They were called Enhancement talent. And that's a hell of an outfit on the Macho King. And I realize you're seeing this video on YouTube, or you're seeing it here with us. It's very pixelated. It's not on the network yet, so I don't have the nice 1080, presentation or whatever. This is probably off of VHS somebody recorded back 30 years ago and uploaded to YouTube through technology I don't know how the hell to use. So, and I keep that in mind as you go along here. Man, scary. I mean, Sherry's not a bad-looking woman, man, but they made sure they dolled her up to look like absolutely a hot mess.
Doesn't help that everything is pixelated, so you can't really see.
Yeah.
How good she actually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but it's just the makeup is always so scary on Scary Sherry. So there you go.
Well,
Pretty sure it's Joey Morella refereeing there. He's also passed away since then. Scary Sherry with the Ultimate Warrior Wrestling. That's the one wrestling buddy I didn't really care to have. I never did get that one. I've got Jake. I had Jake at one thing. I think I lost him. I've still got Hulk. He's still here. Macho King's still here. I know Aaron has a Legion of Doom. I'm pretty sure I had Dibiase, or either that or Patrick did, my brother. Couldn't tell you, though. But I know we had at least Macho King and Hulk.
What's the first ever thing I remember going to SummerSlam I don't remember the other one, but it was my first ever show I actually watched.
I couldn't tell you that, bud, because you were watching pretty much from the minute you came out. So you were in the hospital for 2 weeks, and then you came home, and we were watching wrestling right from Jump Street.
Okay.
Because I mean, shoot, we did talk wrestling out in the backyard the week you came home. So it's been your whole life. So
The first one I remember was um when I did. I think it was SummerSlam when I got to meet everyone.
well, SummerSlam 2010. No, 2011 was when you went to. You were 3. Was it the first one you saw live on TV or two, or was it just the first live show you went to?
I don't remember watching.
I'm pretty sure you went to. Were we at Battleground before SummerSlam 2011?
No.
Okay.
I think Battleground was a thing in 2011.
Oh, okay. I love the announcements by Fink. You're hearing Howard Finkel in the background promoting the upcoming shows in your area, the WWF Superstars. Macho King on his favorite perch. From high above, oh, down double axe head all. So at this point, the Ultimate Warrior is the WWF champion, as you're hearing Vince say. But clearly, by my attire, I did not draw to Warrior. I drew to somebody else.
I wonder who.
Couldn't imagine who it could be. I don't even know he's on this show. That's the funny thing. I don't even know he's on this show. But I know this is the first show I watched. Because I watched Superstars that weekend. Boy, I was sure to catch wrestling if I could. Oh, there's the big elbow. It's over, baby. 1, 2, you can count to 100. Doesn't matter. It's over. Pomp and circumstance, and Macho King is victorious. What a surprise.
Why did you watch this, though? Like, what just...
I don't know, bud. Like I said, the kid brought the figure to show and tell the day before at daycare, and I just was hooked. Like, I wanted to know everything, and I wanted to watch. And looking back, it's like, I mean, you got a colorful costume here on Randy. You got your Scary Sherry all made up. You got the bright lights and the colors and everything. It's very appealing to a 7-year-old boy.
That's probably the point.
That's what I'm saying. Very much geared toward kids back then. Watch, look at this. Boom!
Oh, his arm, though.
Yeah, it did. And look at that. Oh, look at that. That's the best finisher in the business. There's the stinkiest finisher in the business. Jesus. You witch. Macho Man with the victory.
Was he bad or was he, like...
Macho King was a bad guy at this point. Legion of Doom. It's Update with Mean Gene. Damn that Sergeant Slaughter. And see here, this is Nikolai, I think, facing his former partner, Boris Zhukov, the Russian. I mean, Nikolai was also a Russian. He was Lithuanian, but he had converted to United States because he was so against communism. Here comes the Sarge, baby. Chin first, as always.
Why did Sergeant turn bad again?
The storyline was that he thought America had gone soft in their dealings with Iraq, that they had become wussies, and so he wanted to show that Americans were still tough, so he sympathized with that jerk Saddam Hussein instead. And they doctored a picture of these two with Hussein in the picture, like they made it look like they were like really buddies.
They like each other in real life?
Saddam Hussein? No, of course not. Sarge is an American through and through, man. He loves his country.
But were they actually like? Did they like each other?
Sarge and Hussein, or Sarge and Adnan?
That guy.
Yes. That's General Adnan. He's been in the business forever. He was like Sheik Adnan. He's been in a few different gimmicks over the years, but it was made in the storyline that Adnan and Saddam Hussein were school buddies. That was the story anyway.
Do they like each other though?
I don't know. I doubt it very much.
Why?
Oh jeez, here we go. God, listen to the Sarge. Jeez. Too funny.
After what we've just seen, it's more than just a war of words between Sergeant Slaughter and Nikolai Volkov. By the way, I'm going to be back later this hour with the Survivor Series report.
The Survivor Series report later in the hour. Thank you, Mean Gene. It's a commercial up. No commercials. We go straight to the action. So then we got here. Who's in the ring? Show me. Black Demon. No idea who that is. Superfly. Here come the Superfly, baby.
Why does he look like he's so crazy?
Huh?
Why did he look like he was so crazy?
Because he is. And knowing what we know now about him, he probably was.
Why?
He kind of died in disgrace, unfortunately. It was pretty much proven he was directly involved in the murder of his girlfriend back in '83. Yeah. Heavy stuff, man. But yeah, at the time, he was one of those popular guys in the bit. He was only second in popularity to Hogan for a long time. Like, everybody was popular, then there was Superfly, and then above him was Hogan. That was it. The only guy above him in popularity was Hogan. So, yeah, Superfly was a big deal, man.
Superfly who?
Superfly, Jimmy Snuka. Everybody loved the Superfly back in the day, man. You are watching this, right? Yeah. Okay. It's more of a case study with you to see if this show holds up 30 years later. I wonder who this guy. I'm gonna see who this guy is. Curious.
Jobber.
I know he's a jobber, smart aleck.
Didn't even hit him.
Oh, they're coming to Portland, Maine this weekend. Oh, he was Jose Estrada. He was one of the conquistadors.
What's a conquistador?
In the, let me see here. Just hang on. In the late 80s, early 90s, he was the conquistadors. He was Conquistador Uno. They were the guys, full body suits, gold masks, overhead masks, gold outfits. They were just called the conquistadors. They pretty much was a gimmick they could switch between people in and out of. And then in the 90s, when Edge and Christian were feuding with the Hardys and they were heels, Edge and Christian donned the masks to get the belts off the Hardys because they couldn't challenge the Hardys after they lost the titles.
Why?
Because that was in the contract. So they became the conquistadors to get the belts back. But then they had to defend, the conquistadors had to defend the titles against Edge and Christian, just to make sure Edge and Christian kept the belts, right? So Edge and Christian hired these two guys who turned out to be Christopher Daniels and Aaron Aguilera, who were friends of mine back in the day. And then the Hardys pulled a fast one because the Hardys got in the suits and retained the titles, and then kept the belts as the Hardys. Great stuff. Anyway,
But they still played it off as good.
yeah, Superfly with the victory. Quick work of Mr. Rivera.
It's gonna be a quick hour if this is all it is.
Right.
Commercials, breaks, and
That's it. God, look, that's a pretty cool finisher too. I mean, I love Randy's elbow, but man, the Superfly splash was a thing of beauty almost every time.
now the coup de grace is
To
awesome.
to this day, the only person I know that was involved in a lumberjack match where they got counted out.
What's the lumberjack match?
The guys are outside the ring. Oh, there's the big giant egg for the Survivor Series.
What the heck is the point of the egg?
It's gonna hatch the Survivor Series.
Who was it actually?
The gobbledygooker. And that's as dumb as it sounds. Love you, Hector. It's the Survivor Series.
Wow.
Yeah.
Comedy hasn't changed since.
There we go. Oh, there's the Brain and Mr. Perfect. All right, here we go. Now we're going to see some good stuff.
Why would the brain hidden?
I'll be the Brain and leading the way for his perfect charge. Mr. Perfect. Perfect without the Intercontinental Championship gold right now. He had lost to the Texas Tornado back at SummerSlam.
You had no clue?
Huh?
You had no clue about that?
Which I had no idea. I had no idea what I was seeing. All I was seeing is this big... Who's this? Who's this Yutz? Now, Roddy, that's not very nice to say about the weasel. I mean, the brain.
What do you say?
Just call him a towel carrier, pretty much. Because he caught Perfect's towel when he threw it. And see, this is a type of gimmick that the business is missing, Dylan. Bobby turned his head once. The entire crowd's going, Weasel, Weasel. I aspired to that when I was a manager. I wanted to get that kind of heat when I was at ringside. And look at that get up. God, how gaudy is that jacket? Holy baloney. Ooh, nice. Very nice, Kurt.
They could still use that today.
Oh, yeah. Let's see, there you go. Always looking perfect. Too funny. Oh, there's Tornado. There you go. Oh, that was poignant.
That's poignant, man.
Useful. Oh, look at oh, man. Fold them in two.
That could be like a freaking Jason kill.
Right? Jesus. That's perfect. Is not happy about not being champion anymore. Look at that ring on Bobby's finger. Holy crap.
Was he married?
He really, in real life, yes.
Probably what it was then.
No, that wasn't his wedding ring. I know that much. He wasn't that gaudy in real life. I miss him, man. Good soul, and I wish I had got a chance to interview Kurt before he passed away. He's perfect. Kurt Hennig.
How did he die?
Now you're going to see a perfect plex. He's calling his shot. There we go. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. It's over. As always, the perfect plex with the perfect victory for Mr. Perfect.
Who could have thought?
Pretty easy to call these enhancement matches back in the day. No question about it, but
Really? Go out there for 4 minutes. Jobber.
well, yeah, remember, they would do these tapings like 3-4 episodes at a time, so they'd be there all friggin' day. So. Listen to Roddy complaining about unnecessary damage after the match when he was the king of that. Are you kidding me, Roddy? Give me a break. A nice hip lock there by onto Perfect, but Perfect went right into it. Nope. I'm not staying down that long. Wham. Wrecked the knee and then the Perfect plex. You can catch 100 on the Perfect plex, but nobody kicks out of the Perfect plex.
Anyone
Nobody.
ever kick out of the perfect plex?
Brett did it eventually. Bret Hart did at SummerSlam 91.
That was a big
Oh,
thing.
Sean Mooney in the event center.
Sean Mooney.
Oh, we love you, Sean.
Hours from now, beginning at 2 p.m. at the Boston Garden. The main event, Tugboat colliding with the earthquake. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, he meets up with the
There's an actual earthquake. I'm like, wait, no.
The Hart Foundation, the Hitman Hart, and Jim DeAngelo Neidhart. They will defend the tag team belts this afternoon against the challengers, Rhythm and Blues.
Rhythm and Blues, Honky and Valentine. I love it.
Canadian strongman Dino Bravo, the Superfly Jimmy Snuka will battle the Warlord, and British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith back in the ring for the WWF. He faces Haku. Right now, let's get back to the main event. All part of this awesome out of afternoon at the Boston Garden. Earthquake standing by talking about Tugboat.
Oh, goody.
You might be big, baby, but you sure ain't bad. The man who is bad is the Earthquake. 6'7"
Jimmy Hart, who looks exactly the same 30 years later.
Jimmy Hart had literally managed everybody at this point, huh?
If Jimmy didn't, Bobby did. It's awesome. It's so crazy that he's gone too.
Who?
Earthquake.
I thought you were talking about Jimmy. I'm like,
Oh no, no. Jimmy's got Keith Richards' blood. He'll never die.
it's what?
He has Keith Richards' blood. He'll never die.
Who's Keith Richards?
Oh, I'm sorry about that, y'all. Jesus.
Who?
He's in the Rolling Stones. Tito.
I can feel the friction already, and I love to prepare for a tough match. The only
Tito was good at a lot of things. Promos were never his strong point.
Why were they never good? Strange.
Oh, jeez.
One from Mexico, the other from Canada. The neutral zone, the Boston Garden this afternoon. Two square off, but it all starts at 2 p.m. Make sure you're there.
Live in the Boston Garden. So if you're in Boston Garden 30 years ago, get there. Superstars 5 magazine featuring the Ultimate Warrior. I just said that, Vince. You're fired. Oh, wait, it's your company. I can't fire you. Here come the WWF Tag Team Champions, I do believe. I can't really hear the music very well, but... Yep.
Thought it was Ultimate Warrior at first.
Nope.
Are they bad guys?
No, they're good guys, man. Natty's daddy.
Was Natty alive yet?
Yeah. She's the same age as me, or close to it. I think she's actually a little older than me. Tony Burton and Bob Bradley. Okay. Generic jobbers are us. They went shopping for these clowns. There's Dave Hebner and Howard Finkel at ringside. We're doing the ring announcing. Tag team champs of the world, baby. How easier to take off. His hair wasn't so greasy. Oh, there you go. There you go. There's a happy fan. I've got one of those somewhere, or I did.
Really?
Not from Brad, but I bought my own pair. No, I was never cool enough to sit ringside. Till 2001.
When he wasn't with the company anymore.
Right. He was wrestling anymore at that point. He retired the year before, actually, from WCW.
Of course.
And WCW sucks, whatever.
Huh?
And WCW sucked, and they did him dirty.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
WWE more than WWE.
Well, okay, Vince himself did Brett dirty, but company and booking-wise, WCW did Brett way worse.
Why?
Way. I'll have to school you later on Brett's WCW career. It was pretty lackluster.
Wasn't he part of the Silver World Order?
NWO, yes, sir.
The Silver World Order, the Blue World Order.
Blue over ECW, though.
With that Blue Bandit or something like that?
Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie.
And Big Stevie Cool.
Blue Meanie and the Burger Bandit. Team up. Blue and purple. Imagine like 4 people at a time.
We have gold records and we have gold chains, and the only thing that's missing is those gold belts around our waist. And it's just going to take one more hit.
Gotta love hockey. Okay, sure will, Greg, with your dyed-ass black hair.
He wasn't actually black.
No. Greg was a natural blonde, I believe. What?
Did you hear that?
No.
It was like a... Okay.
Probably just a glitch in the freaking presentation because it's so old. The footage is so old and grainy. What are you thinking so far?
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, better than the old stuff. I mean, the new stuff.
If you were a fan in 1990, would you have been wanting to watch this week after week?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Over.
The other guy didn't even have a chance to come in.
What's that?
The other guy didn't even have a chance to go in.
Of course not, they're the champs.
So the whole show was made with 4-minute matches.
Very much.
Sounds like a Raw.
Back in 93, yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, I was going to say. The heart attack, yep. Wham!
What a coincidence. It's called a heart attack, and didn't Jim Neidhart die of a heart attack?
No.
No?
It's called a heart attack because their last names are Hart.
Wow, I knew that, Dad.
Sean Mooney's back!
Sean.
Sean Mooney.
So the
Sean Mooney.
He's the weatherman of WWF.
WCWF? Yeah, you sure about that?
He's the weatherman.
That's what you get for picking on Sean Mooney. You show Sean Mooney respect. Dang it. Oh, the Sweet Sapphire, baby. Sweet Sapphire with the $1 million man, the dirty money. He stole Sapphire from me. And there's Virgil back there, useless as ever. Oh, $1 million man talking to me, baby. Telling me better than me. He stole Sweet Sapphire. Got all them millions of dollars of diamonds and rubies in that belt. I'm gonna come kick his butt, baby. Whoop his ass. I'm gonna bring my boy to the Rumble and whoop his ass some more. And then Dustin gonna go to WCW with me. And go to WWF and become gold. Oh, yeah, here I am, baby. This is Dustin, this is Dweem. What does that say? 25. It's a local channel. We're on channel 25 for Superstars. I'm gonna put us down in the corner to block that out. If I can get the image on there. Because it looks stupid. Dusty with the bug eyes. Dusty mad.
Isn't this copyrighted by WWE or no?
Yeah?
I
don't give a shit.
don't care.
I really don't care. Okay, so again, if you're in Boston 30 years ago, get your ass to the Garden.
You're watching this and you can time travel.
That's right. Be there, be square, brother. Here he comes, the $1 million man. Why do I keep hearing that noise coming from?
What?
I keep hearing this like clang, like I'm hitting something.
What kind of clang?
I don't know. Just hearing shit, whatever. Okay, anyway. That is so weird.
What does it sound like?
It sounds like a twang of a guitar or something. That's weird. Anyway, doesn't matter. Who's this Yutz?
Yabber.
Looks like Undertaker's younger brother.
Does. Natural.
So Dibiase, Virgil, Sapphire, and the wrestling dummy all in the same presentation. That's a lot going on ringside.
My question is, why is he called the
Another interview from Dibiase. Jesus Christ.
Why is he called the $1 million man if he's supposedly the richest man in the world?
He didn't say he was well, they said he was filthy rich. He didn't say he was the richest man in the world.
If you're filthy rich, that would be costing more than $1 million, so.
Not necessarily.
Why didn't he call the $1 billion man or the multi-million-dollar man?
That's what Hall called him.
The multi-million?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why not?
Because.
You gotta keep down the common man, that's Rhodes. You tell him, Rod.
Common man.
That's what it was. Dennis Rhodes was the common man. He was the common man for the common folk. He represented everybody. He was represented all the people of the world that supported the American dream.
The Dweem.
The dream, baby. One thing I regret is you not being able to see or meet Dusty. He was a cool dude.
Were you able to meet him?
Just over the telephone.
Okay, smarter than me.
Yeah. And big power slam, which should be the setup for the dream. Yep. Nope. Yep. $1 million dream. Here it comes. Sun sunk in. There it is, baby. It's over. It's all over with the crying. $1 million dream. Jesus Christ, that fire's all doing it up. Look at that.
Wow. That was an anticlimactic finish.
Pretty much. And here comes the grossest part of Dibiase's show right here.
What?
$100 bill. It's real. You can see it. Clear as day. Yuck.
Is it actually a $100 bill?
God damn, he took his head off. Look at. Dude, he and his boy both get power slammed so well.
Who's boy?
Ted Jr.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I know you met him.
Yeah, I know.
He's the first one you ever met.
Is it actually?
And he's the first wrestler you ever met.
You know who's on the cover, and you certainly know who's inside. Ooh, what
Look who marches for 1990, baby. I love it. Oh, they're showing that one on the show I first watched. Oh, here we go. Brucey, baby. I love you, Bruce, but this brother love thing. Oh, here's the model. Oh, goodness sakes. The Brother Love Show today is sponsored by Arrogance. Yeah, this is the one. I can't believe this is the first one I ever saw. It's crazy. I didn't know this. How did I remember this? Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is the episode where he gets blinded. Wow, I cannot believe this is the first thing I ever watched. That's crazy.
Did he actually get blinded?
Of course not. Come on, Baba.
Well, you never know. Why is
No,
it
you-
called arrogance?
Because Marlo was arrogant. Brother Stinky. Okay.
There's nothing about a snake that stinks. If anything stinks in here, it's your upper lip or that wide back seat you got.
I love it.
Those snake stinks don't might be the people you hang around with, or it might even be your attitude, but this thing's not slimy. I can show you that.
Watch this, watch. Oh, nope, not yet. It's so crazy. I know what's going to happen. I don't remember just seeing this 30 years ago. It's madness. Easy there, Brucey.
And you know what kind of attitude I am. I'm a man that's always been a hired gun for his own stable. I am what Cain was to Abel. So you don't play no stinking games with me.
God, Jake could freaking cut a promo. God bless him. I love Jake Roberts. So glad he's still around. Watch this, Dylan. Watch, Dylan. Oh, man! Ugh.
Laying on the snake, too.
Yeah.
Was there a real snake in there?
Of course not. Well, I'm sure there was, but not at that time. There may have been. I don't know. Oh, man.
What?
Just right in the eyes with that cologne, man. I'd blind a person for real if it was real. Get in your eyes. Get it in his eyes, Ray. Jesus. Oh, man. Oh. Get him out of there, Goulet. Jesus. I can't believe the first show I ever watched on wrestling was the freaking start of the Martel Roberts angle. That's crazy.
Martel, wait, what?
Rick Martel, Jake Roberts angle. Rick Martel with Jimmy Hart and Earthquake. All right, there you go. There's a tragic ending right there. Dino Bravo. Holy moly.
What?
He was murdered in his own home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Murdered by the mafia.
The Mafia?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, they put 17 bullets into him.
Gosh.
10 in his head, 7 in his chest, or vice versa. One of the whatever way. It was 17 altogether.
Why?
They blew him away, man. Had some dealings with counterfeit material. Apparently, I forget what it was now. I'll have to watch Dark Side of the Ring. It was not pretty. That's right, Tugger. You tell him. Hulk's just captain of his ship.
Why is he the captain of his ship?
Because he's Hulk's best friend. Funny story. That was the first wrestler your Uncle Pete ever met.
Tugboat?
Tugboat. Yes, sir. Didn't really meet him, but we were up on the upper part of the sports arena, and Tugboat looked up, and Patrick gave him the toot, and Tugboat gave it right back to him. It's pretty cool. Patrick was like 3 or 4. It's awesome.
Was he happy?
He was ecstatic. It's a very cool moment. That was the first show we ever went to.
Did Uncle Pete like Tugboat?
He did, very much.
I'm the Tugboat.
Tugboat turned heel a year later, actually that same summer, and became Typhoon, Earthquake's partner. And then he went to WCW and became the Shockmaster.
What the heck is this Shock?
I'll show you the video another time. It's too classic not to show you. The worst botch in wrestling history.
Worse than Titus World Slide.
Yep. Worse than that. It's the Survivor Series, Thanksgiving Eve. Here is Mean Gene Okerlund.
Mean Gene's still alive.
No. Last year he passed away.
Thanksgiving night, November the 22nd.
Thanksgiving night. Sorry, it's Thanksgiving Eve the next year.
World Wrestling Federation superstars unite into teams of 4 to battle it out until only the strong survive.
Only the strong will survive at the Survivor Series.
Finish of the Survivor Series, available only on pay-per-view.
Only on the WWE Network for $9.99.
Here is the lineup today for Survivor Series. The Warriors, one team, captained by
The Warrior, Texas Tornado, and the Legion of Doom against Mr. Perfect and Demolition. There you go. There's a hell of a main event on its own.
When is the Undertaker?
Just hang on.
the perfect team with Captain
Patience, Baba, patience.
by demolition all 3 act, smash, and trust. Another match announced for the very first time this week. The
Hulkamaniacs, Hulk Hogan, Big Boss Man, Tugboat, and the Hacker, Hacksaw Jim Duggan against Earthquake, Dino Bravo, Ravishing Rick, who will get replaced on that show by Bobby Heenan, and the Barbarian. Because Rick ended up leaving the WWF before this show.
Where do you go to?
WCW a year later. Yeah, it was the first and only year they did an Ultimate Survival match at the end of the night. They basically they had the survivors from each match face off at the very end of the night to determine the Ultimate Survivors.
Oh, okay. I'm with the freaking egg thing.
The egg was the gobbledygooker.
Who was that actually?
Hector Guerrero, Eddie's brother.
Eddie was so loved, and then you have freaking.
Yeah, good old Hector. He's a trooper. And did you see that? The commercial's over. This should be the main event, or close to it anyway. We're getting on to the end of the show here.
What time is it?
I don't know.
2:37. When's the show over?
Tom Stone.
Thompson, there's
Take a
no
trip down to Cobb County, Georgia. You better read the signs, respect the law and order. Your great grandmother loved this guy.
Grandma?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, grandma.
Man better walk in line. You better watch out, or you'll be serving hard times. I get me one of those big boss man hats.
You got a big boss man?
So I gotta get me one of those big boss man hats.
I'll wear it on air.
Huh?
Wear it on air.
Exactly.
Was he good back then, or was he?
He was a good guy back then. Hey, Dylan, put your leg down.
And then he turned bad.
He turned bad in WCW when he went there, but he was bad before this. He was a bad big boss man when he first came in. He was teamed with the African Dream Hakeem as part of the Twin Towers, and then
I said, oof.
I'm trying to think. This this before I started watching, but I think the storyline was Dibiase tried. Oh God, here's Rude. Yeah, because what happened? This storyline here is Rick Rude started insulting Big Boss Man's mom. So Big Boss Man went after the Heenan family, and Bobby fed everybody to the Boss Man. And then when he was going to get Rude, Rude left, so it became Boss Man against the Heenan himself instead. So then he had to go through Haku and the Barbarian to get Mr. Perfect at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. He got the shot. He won by DQ, but he didn't win the title. Anyway, when Boss Man was still heel, DiBiase tried to hire Boss Man's services to get the his $1 million belt out of the bag with the snake in it, because Jake put the belt in the bag with the snake, and ended up Boss Man said, "Nope, I'm not doing your dirty work for you, so it ain't gonna happen."
And then turned good.
Yeah, he turned good. Are you hearing the same things I'm hearing? The weird noises?
No.
Guess not. Okay. Brief cameo.
Wait, check how much longer the show has.
I don't know. I want to check it.
Huh?
I want to check it. Oop. Another 10 minutes. Actually, less than 10 now.
9 minutes, 30 seconds.
Right around there. It's an angry boss man. Don't mess with boss man's mama. Anyway, when he went to WCW after he left WWF, he was a good guy for a long time, and then he ended up turning bad and reverting to his Big Bubba character. And then he joined the Dungeon of Doom. Then he briefly joined the NWO. Then he turned against the NWO and went back to WCW as a babyface. And then when he came back to WWF in '98, he was the SWAT team style Big Boss Man working for Vince.
Was he a good guy?
Sean Mooney's back.
The weatherman of WWF.
Yeah, he's wearing like a SWAT team outfit type of gimmick. Yeah, he was Mr. McMahon's head of security. He is like the one guy I never liked, ever. Never liked Warlord. I never got into him. Although he was managed at one point by Zoog's Rift.
Who's Zoog's Rift?
Aaron's dad.
Was it actually? Oh.
Zoogs ate Cowboy Bob Orton's hat on during a promo.
Okay.
He literally ate Cowboy Bob Orton's hat. Yes.
So Aaron's dad actually.
Aaron's dad was a big part of the Herb Abrams United Universal Wrestling Federation (UWF) in the early '90s.
Was it successful?
No.
Not at all. What happened to it?
without telling tales out of school, I don't know the whole story. That'd be a question for Aaron, but Herb just had a lot of money where it shouldn't have been, and he was very addicted to cocaine, and just ended up ODing on cocaine. Among other things that happened, there's a lot of shit that went down. So we got. So if you're going to the Boston Garden, you're going to see Davey Boy against Haku, Superfly against the Warlord, Tito against Dino Bravo, Heart Foundation against Rhythm and Blues for the WWF Tag Team Championships.
Later today. Did you watch that too?
That was at the Boston Garden live. It wasn't on TV. Dusty Rhodes, baby, against the $1 Million Man, the evil $1 Million Man, Tugboat versus Earthquake, and the Clash of Titans. Get your butts to the garden, Boston Garden today. Here we go. Vincent, what the hell shirt is Roddy wearing?
Yes.
Is it Andy Kaufman? I think it is Andy Kaufman on that shirt. It's just like, what the hell? Even on pre-tape, Vince is confused by Roddy Piper. Saba Simba, the Orient Express next week as well, along with Hacksaw, Jim Duggan, Demolition, Brother Love with the Ultimate Warrior. An update on Jake the Snake. Is he blind? Yes. That's all for Superstars. Good night, everybody.
So after this, you just automatically loved wrestling?
I guess so.
You've been a fan for 30 years, and show that's starting to do well.
So this is the opening we missed because it got cut off in the beginning. I'm pretty sure that is Andy Kaufman on Roddy's shirt. That's fantastic. He wore Andy Kaufman's shirt on the air. I love it. Yeah, this is the opening we missed because it got cut off in the translation for some reason. That's awesome. Well, there it is, the whole show, Dylan. So, looking back, 30 years, almost to the day. What do you think? Seeing you spent half of it playing with your damn figures.
Well, I was watching terrible freeze frame.
Terrible.
But, so, like, 1 being the worst, 10 being, like, an absolute,
Well, you can do that. The bottom line is, if you were my age, 30 years, if you were 30 years ago, would you have kept watching? Do you think?
honestly, it was good,
Right.
but it was so, like, over the top back then.
Very 80s and very 90s, yes. Yes.
So I probably would have been, hold up, there's a lot of information going on. I have to, like, kind of, like, not watch it all at once. Like, take breaks. So you probably wouldn't be as big of a fan as you are now if I did what you did.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, there you are.
I would rate it like a 7.5.
All right.
I mean, it's better than the new crap.
Whoa, you heard it here from the kid.
Well, I mean,
Smarten up, Vince.
Okay.
All right.
I would go in, and Dad would be watching it, and I'd watch the first promo every single week for about a month. It would be one guy's coming out on a rant, guy's talking about comes out, then some other person backs up the first guy, someone comes out, tag team match.
Tag team match, holla holla. Anyway. There it is. I wanted somebody to watch it with me, and I couldn't think of anybody better, honestly, because I wanted a youthful perspective on the shenanigans from 30 years ago. So there it is, guys. Thank you all for watching this bonus content here on the Jeff Meacham Network. We will see you next time.
Magdalena.